a second. Hello, everyone. My name is Audrey Hamilton. I am the Entrepreneurial Assistant. I'm a virtual assistant, inspiration coach, and a social media manager. Tonight, we have some other entrepreneurs with us. We have Denise with Glow Getters, Krissy, and Beckham. So they're going to give a little bit more information about what they do and stuff. If you guys have any questions, you just let us know. Tonight, our topic is going to be about branding. So any kind of branding questions, drop them in the comments. We would love to hear them. I will be monitoring these questions, and then I will be answering any that I'll be saying what the questions are. If it's directed to one of these three people, then I will ask them the question. If it has to do with branding, then I will answer the question. So let's get this night going. Krissy, do you want to share what you do first?
Here I go. Hi, I am Krissy Anderson. I live in Carpenter, Illinois, and I am in the travel industry. My business is more than just travel. I show people how they can make money in travel, as well as build the team of my business and make their own money and eliminate income from their homes. And I've been in my business since 2016. We're celebrating our anniversary in Jamaica in Montego Bay. I just got back from Puerto Vallarta for our convention. So I joined my business because I love people and helping people get what they want out of life.
I love that. That's really good. Krissy's a great travel agent. She has some exciting things that's going on. Would you like to share a little bit about those? You just told me tonight, sure. And I think it would be great to share about what you do.
I made a lot of connections through my social network by changing my circle. And it put me in contact with a lady from the UK, and she's involved in a magazine. So I'm going to be telling my story about why I came into my business. And the story is kind of bittersweet, but I'm going to share it anyway. And
that's great.
I'm also going to be getting branding ideas from the college in my area. They're having an event in my area about how the athletic department can help you grow your business in the area. So while I sign up for the event, I'll meet with them on next Thursday night. And I'm also a part of the Oprah Insiders Club. And I learned from her guests to come on the Zoom with us. And that's
awesome.
And I'm also a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce. And I am a secretary in my Toastmasters group. So I'm starting to come out of my comfort zone and be more involved in community groups in person and online.
That is awesome. You're doing some amazing things. Building connections is very, very important. And especially having your brand in place while you're building those connections, you're going to build a lot of trust by doing this. So you're doing an absolute fantastic job, Krissy. Hands clapping for you.
Thank you.
Yep. So Beckham, you want to share what you do?
Yeah, sure. We're really glad to do so. In general, I would love to say that I'm a programmer, and I'm a web designer and also a graphics designer. I'm an author, although I've written some couple of books, but I've not really published them mostly. And well, I do love to multitask a lot, and it really helps me cover a lot of things and get a lot of things done with the little space I have available. And although I don't really have much interesting life, much still to talk about my business because it's more of a personal interaction with myself. Well, I guess I'm in there.
Okay. All right. So you do a lot of programming. You're getting into graphic designs and a lot of stuff like that. So what do you do to help really brand yourself?
I don't really say that I've done much about that because currently I'm just trying to concentrate on schooling and I'm managing my e-commerce website. That was the Truck 6. So for now, I'm not
Yeah.
really doing much about it because I got a lot of things I'm trying to get covered right now. But I think hopefully.
Okay. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So if you want to do branding, I have my course available for you if you want to ever like grow your business in that way.
Yeah,
So
have
I
it
know
as a
you're doing
first
your
choice.
schooling and stuff, which is very good.
Yeah.
All right, Denise, you ready to share?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I don't know who's on, but I wear several hats. So what I do is I'm a beauty influencer with a company called Beauty Society. We sell skincare and other things like makeup and things like that. I've been with them for about 2 years, and I joined it too as well because I love helping people. I love helping women. I love helping men. I love helping anybody. And so, which led me to become an affiliate marketer for the Gold Digger Girl. And I have several boutiques that I belong to that I'm an affiliate marketer to. So I have 4 streams of income. And just recently, I just got back from a women's conference that was put on by the Gold Digger Girl. I just got back on Tuesday. It was a 3-day conference, and I'm pretty fired up about it, which it's moving me in other directions to become a coach of some sort, a life coach. And I want to help women with anxiety and help them through self-care and letting go of their fears. So that's what I'm currently working on right now.
That's awesome. Absolutely love what you do. Me and Denise have been working together for 6 months now, I think. So me and her's known each other for a while now. I love what she's done. She's grown a whole lot since I've met her. She went from having just not a ton of people to having a good amount and a good like substance. We have one more person coming in. This is the last person coming in. It is the 10-minute deadline. So, hey, Lorri. You came just in time because I was going to cut off any kind of extra coming in at the 10-minute mark, and you came just in time.
I just got off for work, sorry.
Oh, no problem at all. Glad to have you. So we're just kind of going in and explaining what we're doing in our businesses, what we do, and stuff like that. So you want to share?
Sure, I'm into Tubberware, and I've been doing it for about almost 2 years now. And then on the side of that, I do home health care, where I've got 4 mentally challenged clients that I take care of. And I also do Head Start with 3, 4, and 5-year-olds.
Okay, very, very cool. I like Tupperwares. We always need them. So I will be coming to you when I need some more Tupperwares.
Awesome. We've got some great deals going on right now too.
Ooh. Share them with me when we're done with this. I would love to see them.
Okay.
I love deals. I love Tupperwares. I love deals. I always use them. So, all right. So we're gonna go back to Krissy. Krissy, do you want to kind of tell us about what your target market is? Who you really help more?
Sure. I did a online like a beta test. So what I found out is my target market is mostly business owners looking for another stream of income.
Okay.
So I help those people get what they want, and some of them have become my travel clients.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a daily email blast on vacations to all over the world, and they can take when they travel. And how did I brand myself? Were you asking me that?
That was the next question, but you can go right ahead and say how you brand yourself.
Okay, I use social media a lot. Mostly is Instagram because most of my followers are on Instagram. But I have done live radio shows on Blog Talk Network for 2 years in a row.
Cool.
I do live events in my area with the Black Chamber of Commerce. And the Black Chamber of Commerce is good because they make sure that each Black business gets exposed to higher up people. That means putting you in front of city council members, public state officials, getting yourself really out there. And we just started that group. So we're fairly new. So I'm glad I joined that. And that's how I brand myself.
Okay, very cool. So you're basically just going out there and you're talking to these different people and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my next question. So honestly, that kind of sounds a bit more like just networking to me. So do you know what branding is more like? You there, Krissy?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so do you know, okay, so networking is going out and talking to a whole lot of people, which kind of sounds like what you're doing. Branding is a whole other platform in a way. It's more like a base for your business. So like, it's more than just colors. You're building your trust and you have a good foundation of trust, it sounds like. But do you have anywhere else? Like, do you have a business name? Do you have a logo? Do you have anything to really get your name out there even more?
My business name is Surge 365 Vortex.
Okay.
And we have a logo.
Okay. So honestly, it kind of, I'm not meaning to down you at all or anything. I'm just trying to get a little bit more of an idea. But that sounds more like that's the affiliate you're working with. But who's Krissy? What is your business about? What do you want to do to really make a different impact rather than just working for another company? Does that kind of make a bit more sense? Like, okay, so Denise is an affiliate marketer for many other different things. She goes under the name Glow Getter. By doing so, she is able to kind of combine everything together and kind of make her own business in a way that gets her special name out there instead of another company's. Because being with an affiliate marketer, I just kind of found out why some affiliates don't allow you to share what their names are, is because they can go to anyone else. So with Surge 365, what I saw is that there's actually a lot more people in there as a business. And so that's where I'm wondering what you're really doing.
I did buy a business domain, and it's Lifestyle Oasis.
Okay, so that was more kind of what I was wondering about, what your branding really is.
They advise you to buy your own business domain, so I did that, and it's Lifestyle Oasis. That's what I named it.
Okay, that's more like the answer I was kind of looking for. I was like, oh, what is going on? So that was what I was wondering.
Lifestyle Oasis. They invite everybody to buy their business domain.
Okay, that's good. So with that, then, do you have a Facebook page for your specific people and stuff? I know you have an Instagram account.
Yes.
And do you have a Facebook page? And then on the bottom, then at the bottom of your pictures or anywhere, do you have anything like with your name on it? Or do you keep everything kind of familiar and flowing together well?
I have a Facebook business page, and I have a personal page, and I've gone live in my Facebook business page and my Facebook personal page with my name on it.
Okay, that is good. That is good. That's what I was kind of wondering about. So yours is more Lifestyle Oasis. And I at the end of this live, I'll put it up in the descriptions where we can get, where everyone watching this can get in contact with you. This is also going to go on YouTube, so that the description for that will be down below. So just make sure when you're done, you guys send me your guys' links so that people can get in touch with you and stuff about what you do. So, all right. So that's all the questions I have for you right now, Krissy. Thank you very much.
All right.
Denise or Beckham, sorry, Beckham, do you want to tell us more what you do to get your name out there a little bit more?
I was actually hoping that you did ask my audience, my required audience. Um, so what was the question again?
Okay. Who is your target market and how do you reach out to them?
Well, I guess to answer that question, I need to go back, way back to what my original plan was. You see, growing up, I've always admired Jeff Bezos. That's the CEO of Amazon, an entrepreneur. See, the idea of taking things digital have always admired me, or I've always got myself amazed with it. And that was why during the 2020 coronavirus strike, you see, a lot of people got affected with that situation, and it really took a lot of people down, both the business owners and those who were self-employed. A lot of people really went down because of that. So now that situation kind of got me inspired to take things digital. That is whereby things can actually go digital. People don't really need to come in contact with each other before they can make money or actually take their business far. And that was why I got the idea to create an e-commerce website, which is called Trosix. So now when we talk about my desired audience, like Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, and other e-commerce websites, I say my desired audience should be for the general public or for everyone, in order for everyone to not really rely on physical contact with each other in order for them to grow the business, but for them to have an alternative that is a digital alternative, because as you can see, the world is really moving digital. A lot of things are really going digital. So I have an audience, or my desired required audience is for everyone, entrepreneurs, students, so they can name it. A lot of people that really wants to take the business far in the modern way, in the modern sense.
Okay. That makes more sense. Is there, so while you say that you work with just about anyone who wants to grow their business, is there any specific ones that you work with a little bit more? Like there's entertainers, then there's coaches more, then there's e-commerce. Who would you more prefer? It's important to really target your market a little bit more and stuff. Sadly, I've actually really learned this the hard way. You cannot sell to everyone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you
Specifically,
kind of know from there.
yeah, specifically, I think my desired audience now is only for e-commerce, because the website is more about an advertising channel whereby merchandise can display what they sell on the website.
Yeah,
So I
that
think
makes more sense.
for the meantime, I think my desired audience is more about e-commerce, business, merchandise.
Yeah, that sounds good. So that would change your target market from being everyone. It niches it down a bit more to being more manageable, something that you could find people more easier with that would be more interested in what you offer.
Yeah.
All right. Denise, do you want to share with us about who your target market is?
Okay. While you guys were talking, I wrote some things down so I don't forget. My
Good,
target
write
market.
things down.
My target market
It's
is
important.
it used to be like women, but I don't want to just say just women. So it's anyone who is dealing with anxiety and is tired of feeling lost and fearful and wants to a lifestyle change. From my personal experiences, how I had anxiety since a young girl all the way until now, and how I combat it. I want to talk to men too, but most men don't talk about their anxieties. They don't let it out and let people know that they have anxiety. So I'm hoping by doing this and opening this up and people getting to know what I do and what I talk about, that men can come into, and that I can be able to share my story and maybe help them as well. And how do I get myself out there? Well, a lot of the things that you said. So I have a Facebook group. I have my own name we really tweaked my profiles, my business page, my groups to have everything across the platforms, like pictures, my I am statement. People know me by, like, I know you said colors is part of branding, but it's not all of it. But people know me
No,
by
it's not.
the colors that I pick and that I always put in my stuff, and just how I present myself.
Yeah.
And that's how people know me by.
Yeah, and that's great. That is very, very good. You definitely are able to help a lot more people with anxiety, whatever that is, and stuff, and you've done a great job and everything. You really are an inspiration to me. You're amazing.
Thank you.
All right, Lorri, your turn. Who is your target market?
I still struggle with that, but I think it covers like people that are short on time of cooking, who like organization and things like that. Tupperware kind of covers a lot. It even has baby things.
All right, so let's see if we can get this narrowed down a bit. So who's more likely to cook in the kitchen, do you think?
Moms.
Yeah, probably the moms.
So one way you can get out there a bit more is you can go in mom groups and stuff, since you also said that there's baby Tupperware and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
We do have single dads too.
yeah, there's dads too, but honestly, especially here in America, honestly, a lot of the dads leave a lot more than the moms are. The moms take care of a lot more. I mean, dads also do, just Tupperware really can do a lot, but I think honestly a lot more moms would be more interested in Tupperware and stuff. It would just get out there. She could also join a lot of parents groups as well.
I
Yeah,
think
we
she's
also
gonna
kind of
benefit
have.
more.
We can also kind of focus on college kids too, because a lot of it will help them.
Yeah, that's true. If they're not wasteful.
Yeah.
If they're not wasteful, college kids can, but I don't know. A lot of the ones I know who's like high school and college end up actually just like they eat what they want and then they throw the rest away.
Yeah.
So more moms I feel like wouldn't be wanting to throw the food away. They'll be like, hey, we're gonna have leftovers tonight.
Yeah.
So. Sorry, I'm just having to message a person who's was wanting to join in. So, all right. So, how do you feel about your branding? Do you feel like it's good, or do you feel like it could be a bit more? What do you think?
I think it needs some work because somebody else out there has the same logo that I'm doing, or the same. So I don't want people to get confused and go to her versus mine.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So, what do you feel? How do you think you would change it up, make it a little bit more different?
I don't know, maybe like changing the S into something else, like maybe I don't know, no, because that would probably be confusing too, but just change and it's different from hers.
Yeah.
What
Okay,
is
so
her business name, Audrey?
what is your business name, Lorri?
Lorri's
Sorry, I thought you
Tupperware.
didn't. Lorri's Tupperware.
Hey, I don't mind being an in-between person. I don't mind.
Well, I hear an echo when she talks too, so I can't hear her that well.
Okay.
Okay. I was just trying to brainstorm for her because she probably wants to take her name out of there, or I don't know. I'm playing around with it.
Either that, or you can add something else, not just make it Tupperware, but make it something different that goes in Lorri's organizational something.
Yeah.
Naming your company can really be tough, you know that, especially when you try to make your own unique and stand different from a lot of people. Like I can remember when I gave my my company the name Trozix, I actually got inspired from Amazon. So instead of actually going back with Amazon, which was a river in I think North America, I went with Trozix. It's a rainforest, though in Switzerland. So I think naming your brand or your company or whatever you do needs more dedication and time. And in order for you to make it unique and specific, or sorry, unique, you need to find something that would specify it with what you're actually doing. I don't know if I'm making a sense here.
No, you're making total sense. It should definitely make sense with what you do.
Yeah, it has to be
But,
related with what you do, because you can see
Yes, it
someone
has to be.
naming Josh, someone, the name of the company, it's totally different from what the person is doing. Because it's either going to be difficult for
Yeah.
people to recognize and people to search it. So it needs to be connected. The name and the logo and whatever you're doing need to be connected.
Yes. Yep, it totally does need to be connected. It's just a matter of finding out what to do with Tubberware and organizing. Because that's another thing with Tubberware, you can organize a whole lot and you're able to organize the fridge better. But you could also do containers because it is Tupperware. You can do containers or you can do something else, but you want it to be unique and something that you can help more people with. So it's just a matter of that. And if anyone has any other ideas what to name her, you guys can drop them in the comments.
Miss
We'd
Tubberware
like
is
to hear
okay.
some ideas and stuff. So
How
I'm
about Miss
looking right
Tubberware?
now.
I think of Miss Tubberware.
that's one. Just kind of looking at comments, we're trying to find if there are any comments or anything right now. So okay, so then we're going to go to Krissy. You already answered this question. So Denise, what do you feel like with your branding that you could do a little bit better?
No.
Putting you
Um,
on the spot there. We are
I
putting
know.
you on the spot.
What can I do better? Just keep, I don't know, probably just keep being consistent with who I am and showing up more and getting my name out there more. So I don't do a lot of lives. So I think if I did, people would get to see my face more, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's part of branding, but that's what I think I need to do, is just have my face out there more and be more consistent.
Yeah. And you'll be able to do that and stuff. Being consistent with being live in videos, it helps out a lot. And then you're able to talk about certain things that only you can talk about. And so they'll get a better insight of who you are.
I don't particularly like going live, but
I don't either. We are pushing this. We are going to get better at this. We're going to keep on going.
Yeah.
All right. And Krissy, is there anything that you feel you can do to do a little bit better with your branding?
Well, I can do better.
You can do better?
From learning from other people how to brand myself better.
There we go. But what are some specific areas do you feel like, where do you feel like you're kind of like, you could make it better? Is there anything particular?
Yeah, I think a little bit better, like getting myself out there more and just figuring out how to do that more in my area. Because everybody in my area knows what I do.
Yeah. All right. Krissy, so since you are a travel agent, have you thought about like creating any kind of like ebooks or workbook kind of things about travel? Maybe going into like some resorts or anything?
I should have done that a long time ago. I haven't thought about that.
You should do that. You should do that. So something I've been working on
Oh,
is creating workbooks
I did go
and
live
stuff.
on a resort that was at the Punta Yarda. But I never thought about doing an ebook. But okay, give me
Yeah,
some.
like some kind of informational piece, like here's 10 places you have to go see in England, or something like that, just something sort of like that, and kind of make like a template for that, and then have ways you can do this. So one thing you can do to help really get your name out is doing freebies. This will help you create a newsletter, get more people interested in what you do. It's a good way to get more engagement on your own pages and stuff like that if you offer some sort of freebie. And that could be a great freebie for you while it's also getting your name out there. And then you could have at the bottom, hey, book a flight with me, or something.
Okay, thank you. That's a great
All
idea.
right, sounds good. And same thing with you, Lorri. You can end up like giving, I think yours would be more like a good organizational mom organizing tips or something. Do you
Okay.
think that will kind of work with you a bit more? And you
Yeah.
can share a lot more tips with that. Like, I know one is like if you put strawberries in jars, it like makes them last a long time, any kind of berries and stuff. And you guys can give these tips away, and it'll help you guys really get more engagement and get more out there a little bit more. It'll make you more of an expert in your guys' fields.
Okay.
And same thing with you, Beckham. If you want to do that too, you can give like what's things about programming. Like I build websites too. What is the difference between me building a website and you building a website? I don't do any programming. So what does programming do? What is the extra things that it can do? And maybe you can like give a little tips on how to add some simple codings or something.
Well, for my kids, I've always realized that the big issue here, or the bigger picture here, is that I'm not really a social media type or a fan of using various social platform to grow or showcase whatever I'm doing. But ever since I had a thought of or created my e-commerce website, I've really tried everything possible to get myself out there. So the bigger picture here, the big challenge here, it's really getting ourselves out there and visible, or shall I say, popularizing whatever we're doing, that people can see it. And I think also meeting the right team or meeting the right group of people it's another step I need to work on.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yours is a little bit different for sure, but it's not super different than kind of what I'm doing. So because you and me are more service-based and stuff, we have to kind of give tips, even though we don't sometimes. I want to give tips. I love giving tips, but there are some things that I have to walk a careful line, because what I offer is something that I should not sometimes be offering. Like I want to give everyone encouragement and stuff, but by doing that, if I spend 5 hours talking to someone a day about this, then I'm cutting that in half. I should be making $100 an hour by doing those inspiration calls. So, but you have to kind of pick your battles with what you want by also helping people out.
Yeah, you mentioned about Krissy needing a template. I can actually help out with a graphic design or a template, something like that, a banner, a flyer, whatever she needs for her. Krissy, right? For whatever she needs for her, I think, whatever she does, a template for her.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is you can end up creating your own website with your stuff, and you can put on your own templates on there. And then people could come to you, they could buy the templates, and then they could use those graphic designs, and they could do whatever they need to it and then edit it. There's ways you can make a template and then they can edit it.
Okay.
And you could end up making some pretty good money off of that. I've recently heard of someone who just did Canva templates, and she somehow is like making like $30,000 a year just by doing that. She made the templates. Yeah, I know, right? I was like, holy moly.
Yeah, actually, I do concentrate
I'm
more.
like,
I do concentrate more on Canva template for the meantime now. When I talk about graphic design, I do more of Canvas, more of Canvas.
yes, Canva is really good. I love Canva, but yeah, you should really like work on some of those templates. All they would have to do is have a Canva account, then they could copy it on to their account without changing anything, and then they can change things from there to what they need and want. I could see that actually going good, especially at the beginning of the year for entrepreneurs and stuff for you. You can kind of create like a 30-day or maybe a whole year Canva template for posts alone. So there's different things you can do though with that. I'm hoping to also do something like that, but we'll see how this year ends up going. So yeah. And then let's see what else I have on here. So then the next question I have is, how does everyone feel with being consistent with keeping up with their brand? With colors and stuff, with making things flow, with wording and stuff. How do you feel with being consistent? Is it you or is it like someone completely different? Krissy, do you want to go first?
Don't be consistent. You gotta be consistent to keep yourself, up to date and everything. So I'm okay with it.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Lorri?
I try to stay consistent with what I post too.
So this posting, what I kind of mean more is like things you say as well. When you're posting your posts, are you keeping your wording kind of the same, or are you switching from niche to target market like crazy? Or are you doing some other kind of wording and then
I think I'm
not like go-getter or achieving goals? So are you keeping up
kind
also
of
with how you
sporadic.
say?
I try to, but sometimes I get off a different direction, and I need to try to stay more focused in the same direction.
Yep. Just make sure you don't like go completely off who you are with that. If you say something more often, then go with that. Don't try to change yourself to saying something else. Okay. I got tired of saying, so now here's the difference is target market and niche for me. Literally I had so many people getting on to me that I kept on saying niche wrong because they would either say it's niche or it's niche or it's niche or something. So I just changed it. I'm just like, no, we're going to say target market. We're going to not get onto about that as much, but that takes a little bit of a habit to do.
Yes, definitely.
So, Denise, how are you feeling about that kind of stuff?
I'm feeling good about mine because I have you helping me. But I feel pretty good about it. I've had people come up to me or send me messages. So I feel like I'm going in the right direction because they have said, we love your silly self when you're on a video, or we love how you always have a beanie on, or you're always eating. That's just me branding. That's just who I am. Or you're always camping or something like that. So people have recognized those things that I do. So I feel like I'm going in a good direction. You can always use improvement,
But we can all use improvement. It all never ends. But we can all use improvement. So Beckham, how are you feeling about you being consistent?
Well, to be very, very honest about it, I don't think I'm doing great, to be very honest. Because for one thing I'm very, very much sure about is that I'm not really trying everything possible in my own power to reach the needed audience. Like I said earlier, I'm not really a fan of social media. It's just recently that I bought the idea of posting or posting my life on various social media platforms. So I guess I'm not really doing great with consistency, because as a programmer, there's a certain audience you need to have to tell them about what you do, or if it's about the e-commerce websites, there are certain audience you need to reach for them to benefit greatly from it. So I think I'm not really doing great when it comes to the advertising part of it, using various available social medias like Instagram or the Facebook or YouTube. Although recently I have a Facebook account, so I guess I'm actually learning about it.
Okay, very cool. That's good. And Krissy, did we get to you on that question?
What was the question?
How are you feeling about being consistent?
Oh, yeah, you did. I said I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. Okay, I wasn't sure if I got to you first or if I got to Lorri. I couldn't quite
Okay,
remember.
Yes.
So yeah. All right, so that wraps up all my questions for you all. Do you guys have any questions specific for branding?
What do you particularly recommend, like the best way that you feel to brand yourself better?
Okay, so how I feel the best way is to keep consistent with especially your business name or some kind of name that you can go under. And when you go out, don't say that you're going and working with Surge or anything. You say, hey, I have a business. Here's my business, Lifestyle Oasis. That way they can check out what you offer yourself. And then from there, I've heard a lot of things about you can get like bags and put your name and logo on everything. And then when you're making posts, don't just post what your company post gives you to post. You have to make your own posts and make Krissy who Krissy is. Don't go for a whole other business and going and promoting another business itself. I would like to see more like who you are yourself. What do you like? What does traveling mean to you and stuff? I did show you Canva. I don't know if you've had time to overlook that, but that is a really great area for you to really start trying to like get your own brand colors together and creating posts that are your own. So I hope that kind of helps out some, but be yourself. Don't try to show off another business as much. Try to be who you are, and then people will want to work with you rather than just your business name. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
So Andre, I got a question.
Yes.
So
Okay.
as an entrepreneur, how do you try to prioritize yourself? Because I'm very, very much sure you aware that you have all other businesses available that you manage. So how do you try to prioritize yourself to meet the individual goals or requirements of these certain businesses?
Okay, so for individual time, I'm kind of short on that, honestly. For my own time, I kind of am actually quite a bit short. I really try to take my weekends off as much as I can, especially during the day, to not focus on work at all, but to focus with my kids. But other than that, I'm a mom full time. I have my kids with me from about 6 o'clock in the morning when they first wake up till 6 to 7 at night. And then from there, after that, I am working from about when they lay down. I may give myself like an hour to kind of like do some things I need to do to take care of myself, eat dinner, relax a little bit and stuff. But then I'm right back to work. So honestly, my time is kind of short right now. I know that kind of needs to change more, but especially on the weekends, I try not to talk to anybody during the day and work at night. That way I can be a mom, but I can also relax a lot more because I kind of juggle work during the day and stuff. But I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. I haven't lost my mind quite yet, so I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing definitely okay. It's one thing to have a solid mom. Okay, so and then about the audience part, about the audience, how do you, should I say, how do you get to the audience, or when you get to the audience, how do you show off yourself, like what statements, or should I say write-ups, I don't know, but what do you actually do to make the audience get exactly the bigger picture of what you're trying to, or the message you're trying to present to them?
So for me, it's graphics and then the post itself. My entire social media in my group, you can tell that just as a big thing, you can tell that what I do is really to help people grow their own businesses. This really inquires especially goals. So you will see on there, I have a post every single Monday asking about how they are getting their goals achieved. And then at the end of the week, I ask, what did you achieve them? So my business is mainly, I want to help other people grow, and they will kind of catch on with that after they join. If they engage and comment, they will see I'm very much an encourager. I always tell people that they're amazing, that they got this, that they can do anything that they set their minds to. And so that's kind of what my business is more about. It is a direct thing with my personality. I want to see other people succeed. I want to see other people shine brightly. I want to see them acquire their goals. So by doing that, they'll be able to see what I do. So I hope that answers your question a little bit more, because that is to me
it
what the bigger
does.
picture is.
And I've always believed that the toughest part of every business is selecting the perfect content to display to the public. So it's not really easy.
Yes.
Getting the perfect the right content to write up to display.
Yeah. So that's what mine is too. It's goals and tips. So for you, I don't know, it would probably maybe be more marketing tips. And then because you are e-commerce, so people are always kind of looking for more marketing tips. And then designing website, like what's the best websites, what's products are going on right now. I don't know if you do that, but kind of like what products are selling most and stuff right now. You would be more like more numbers guy, honestly.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps out. But you can do that. There's different things. You could go to Amazon and stuff. You could just check out their best sellers. You can do a little bit of market research on that. And then you could also ask people more in your groups or pages or anywhere, what are they like wanting in a way? What is something that they find is going? Like you can ask them what's selling the most at Walmart or something. That's what we have here. I don't know what you would have over there, but I hope that kind of answers. Yours would be more market research, I believe. Any other questions? Also, if you guys are watching this live, you guys can comment and I will read and answer any questions you guys have. Currently, I'm not seeing anything. That's okay. So any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What can I do to brand myself more with the list of stuff that I already told you that I'm doing?
So one thing we need to work on more, and I keep on forgetting, and I'm sorry about this, I will work on this more, is putting your name at the bottom of your posts, Glow Getter. Then we're already kind of yeah, I know. I've been bad at this too. I think another thing we can do is get testimonials from people you've worked with and get their
I did
pictures.
ask for them today.
Good. So we can make posts out of those, and we could get that by having the testimonials and stuff too, you can show that you're trusted. You have already people who's already working with you.
Okay.
And then we have your brand colors. We have everything really set up for that. We're going to work on a few other things to help further your brand. And then maybe the only other thing, and you have to be doing the research for this, is looking into podcasts and other ways, other larger platforms, other lives and talks to get your name out there even more, kind of like what we're doing now.
Okay.
You do not sound excited about that.
I know
Not one
sometimes
single bit.
when you get me talking, I'll talk, but it's like getting me to actually do it, because I really don't like going live or having my face on camera. I just don't. But
I know you do.
I know that that's part of it. And how are you going to, you know, get out there if you don't? I do want to do a podcast, and I think that's something that I need to work on.
Yeah, you totally got that. Totally got that. And you don't have to run the podcast yourself. There are people who run podcasts. You just have to go and reach out to them. We have a lady in the group named Amber McCarty, and she is someone who can help you out.
Okay.
Now
Amber
she does have, yep, McCarty. She does, you do have to pay for her services, but she will help you go live in multiple platforms. Also, Christine Deanne is good with that too.
Okay.
So they're both in our ladies chat.
Okay.
Lorri, you're up. Do you have any questions?
No, and not other than what everybody's already asked, and I've gotten kind of answers from that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. If you think of anything else, let me know. So now I'm going to go into and share a little bit about what my branding course is. So I have this branding course that I launched earlier this month. I launched the early bird special for. This is the lowest that it is ever going to get. It is $750. In October 1st, which is coming up very quickly, it is going to jump up to $1,500. So you do want to get into this right now, because this is the lowest it's ever going to go. There will be deals in the future, I believe. I'm not entirely sure yet, but there will be deals in the future, but it's never going to get as low as this is going to be now. This is the lowest it's going to get, but this is what it's going to include. So it is going to include step-by-step how to brand your business. It is going to create a base. It is going to go into how to find your target market, how to create a business name, making sure that everything matches together. You have a website that helps it flow, social media, how to like figure out everything that there is to know about your brand. This is a good thing for anyone also who has a sturdy business, but they're just wanting to kind of rebrand and refresh their memory of how to do branding. So then also included with that step-to-step guide, you're going to also have a workbook that'll have everything included into it. That way you can kind of visualize everything a bit better. And then you will also have a supportive group that will help keep you kind of accountable. It will hold you accountable. There will also be like power hours in this group that I plan on doing monthly. And you will be able to ask any questions you have about branding in there, and just kind of like get to know and interact with other people that are also going through the same thing. And then also you will be getting 4 accountability check-in calls with me. We will go over things in your business. It will go over whatever you're wanting to do with your branding. If you want to make sure everything from your website to social media flows, if you want more like just basically anything. If there's anything in the step-by-step to guide that you want, that you're not sure of, you will be able to talk about them. We'll be able to help critique you a little bit more and set you on a better path to having a sturdy brand. If that sounds like something you want, I do already have the link above in the description for YouTube. This will be in the link below. But this is definitely a good opportunity. This is the lowest it's ever going to get. If you actually have a brander come in and brand your business, they charge anywhere from $3,000 to $70,000 to brand your business. So that is a bit much for a lot of people, especially if you're starting out. So this is going to be able to get you great results and be able to keep up with everything. So I hope this helps someone out. This will also go over This course is just going to go over everything. There's going to be how to create posts that will go and match your business, how to go and find your target market, just really everything there is to know about branding. I believe branding is more than just colors and stuff. It is really the whole package of your business. It is about the customer's experience, as I'm going to take from a lady in a group and everything. Yes, Beckham, you have your hand raised.
Sorry, it was a mistake.
Okay, no problem. But yes, there's a whole lot in this course. You don't want to miss out on this and stuff. If you want it, click the link above. So this is the most it's going to get. Enjoy. All right. If there's no more questions at all, then I think we're done with this live. Do any of you else have anything else to add into this?
Can I share my
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I share what I'm doing tomorrow for my live event? Or no?
You can post that in the group.
Okay.
I would really appreciate if you post it in the group rather than on here, unless it has to do with branding.
Okay. So does anyone sorry,
ahead,
does anyone really have any idea about content creating? Because I'm badly in need of it.
I know a lot about it. I do it. This is
Okay.
my job. I have 40 posts to make in the next 3 days.
But
So,
when I spoke about,
and I
when I
also
spoke
do
about
all
you on
of
Facebook,
Denise's posts. Huh?
okay. When I spoke about you on Facebook, you never said anything that you can do it for me.
I do content creation. I charge $8 a post.
Okay.
This includes creating the copy and creating the graphic.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
So-
We'll talk about it later then.
Okay, that sounds good. Yep, just reach out to me anytime if you guys have anything like that. Also, if you're just wanting to kind of know about branding a little bit more or anything, you can hop on a call if you want to find ways to make your business better. I do have an inspiration coaching call. This is $100 an hour. So I will help give tips and ways that you can help like get more ideas and how to make your business more unique, but also help try to set you on a path to help your business grow. So if anyone needs anything, let me know. If you guys don't have anything else to say, then we're going to close this live down.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
Of course,
thank you all.
Thank you all so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. If anyone is watching this and you guys want to get a hold of these people, then their links will be up in the description or down in the comments on YouTube. So, all right. Thank you all so much for coming. All right.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Take care of yourself, okay?
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.